Meg, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about exercise. Now don't get me wrong, exercise is a wonderful thing, and I think that everyone should do it if they can and if they enjoy it, but the problem becomes when we obsess about it and we overdo it to the point where we hurt ourselves or we hate doing it and we don't enjoy it. This is a huge problem for bulimics and anorexics as well. I mean, I know when I went into treatment, I became addicted to exercise because when I couldn't starve myself, I thought, well, I'll just exercise. And that kind of became my plan B for a while, but then instead of latching onto the food, I latched onto the exercise, and I just ended up staying in the eating disorder longer, and I think ultimately that made my journey a lot harder, and it lasted longer than it probably should have because I wouldn't let that go. Whatever I could do to burn calories, that's what I would do. If it meant bouncing my leg up and down, then I would do that. If it meant standing, I would stand. And whatever it was, I would latch onto it. And that became problematic because then I wasn't letting go of my eating disorder and I was letting it win, and then I let it continue. So then I didn't ever really get better. After about 2 years of treatment, they considered me completely recovered. But in all actuality, I was nowhere near that because I was still exercising every chance I got. I wouldn't let anyone know about it. And everyone thought I was doing well because I was eating and, I'm doing well, I'm not, by all means, I played the part, so I looked better, but when they were all gone, that wasn't the case. It made things a lot harder, and it was a lot harder to own up to, and people don't really notice it as much as they notice the food, because when you're addicted to exercise, people think, oh, they're just really motivated, they want to get healthy, good for them. But it can be problematic because you end up hurting your body and you break it down because you're just tearing away at the muscles, and then you don't give them time to rebuild. So then eventually it just starts deteriorating, and you have pains, you have aches, you have tears, you have breaks, you have all these problems, but it's oftentimes we don't catch it until it's too late. For me, at least, I would recommend if you're in recovery, I wouldn't work out at all for a long while, and I know that will drive you crazy, especially at first. I mean, I would go insane and try and stand, and I would hate doing it, but ultimately you've got to rest, because when you latch onto it and you keep doing whatever it is that you can, then you're not letting go of it. And it's not until you let go of it that you can finally heal. And ultimately, if you're still going out and you're exercising as much as possible, then you're not really dedicated to recovering. And I think whenever you're exercising and you're in recovery, I think that you should examine why you're doing it. Because if you're doing it to burn calories, then honestly, I don't think you should be doing it at all. And I know that that's hard to hear, and a lot of you probably won't listen to me, but ultimately that's what helps the most. You shouldn't do something just because it burns calories. You should do it because you actually enjoy it and you like the way that your body moves and you feel good doing it and you have fun, because ultimately life isn't very long and you shouldn't spend it torturing yourself if you don't want to. If you don't like being on the treadmill, then don't be on the treadmill. If you do, then do it. What's most important is making sure that you're happy. Now, it's not a bad thing to take a rest from exercise, especially if you're in recovery. I think that it's important that you take breaks and that you respect yourself and that you take time for your body to heal and that you don't overexert yourself, because if you do that, then you're just staying in the disorder and you're not healing yourself, you're still sick, you're still tearing your body down, and you need time to rebuild, and you need time to just get back to normal before you get back into the exercise. I think you need to find something that you enjoy doing, but don't do it for the calories, don't do it because you're burning, do it because it makes you feel good. Nowadays, I do run. I like that a lot better now because I'm doing it because I enjoy it. It's not because I'm trying to burn calories, it's not so that I look good, it's because I like feeling good. So this week, take care of yourself, make sure that you eat, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!